Hey there friends, how's it going? This is David Potts with Song Notes, and today we're looking at Lean On Me, the amazingly classic Bill Withers song. So let's jump right into it. I'm going to show you the chords and the progression we'll need. You use that for the entire song, and then I'll get to the point of the intro and the verse, how you can sort of combine that piano that's so iconic, right? You can play it on a bass line on a guitar, and you can mix in strumming. It's a great way to sort of capture the magic of Withers' version on the guitar and make it sort of guitar appropriate. And then a bit later, I'll show you some more advanced rhythm and strumming stuff and how you can sort of do the same thing with the chorus. So let's look at it, really big picture here, and get going. So the song, the entire song is going to use this progression. It repeats, right? Now you'll see these chords, the C, the F, the E minor, and the G. And I want to talk about this really quick, right? The F is going to be the one that might stand out as being tricky or difficult. You know, the full 6-string barred version, I never play this when I'm playing this song. I'm always using the middle 4 strings, right? Third, third, second, first. Or just strings 4, 3, and 2, right? It's just these 3 fingers, 3rd fret, 2nd fret, 1st fret. Notice how similar this is to a C chord. Your index finger is staying still. You're just moving these 2 fingers 1 string thinner each, right? And you're only playing those 3 strings. So if nothing else, just use that version of the F. You know, as you get more comfortable, you can use this sort of middle 4-string version or whatever other F chord you fancy, right? Now looking at the progression, big picture, it looks like this. It's 2 lines here, right? And notice they start the exact same way. They always start on C, 2, 3, 4, C, 2, 3, 4, F, 2, 3, 4, F, 2, 3, 4, C. Then we go E minor, then to G. That's the first line. Second line is the exact same thing, right? C, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, F, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, C, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, G, 2, 3, 4, C, lean on me. Then you repeat the entire thing, right? Now, there's some rhythmic nuance we'll get to later. Don't worry about that at first. If you're just getting started, the simple strumming pattern you could do is just a strum on the 1 and the 3 count of each measure, a nice constant strum, right? I'll sing the verse like that really quick, right? Like, sometimes in our lives, 1, 2, 3, 4, we all have pain, and we all have sorrow, and but 2, 3, 4, if we are wise, we know that there's always tomorrow. Lean on me. And I'm using an intermediate strum here, right? Same tempo, just using it down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, C, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, bum, ba-dum. Okay, that's the entire song. It just uses that over and over and over again. Whether you're having the sort of chilled thing he has in that first verse, or you're getting something a bit more, you know, celebratory and loud in the sort of final verses and choruses, right? Or he's singing a bit higher. It's the same progression, okay? But now let's look at that intro and first verse, because that melody, right? The really low bass, dum, ba-dum, bum, bum, ba-dum, bum, bum. I'll talk about how you can play that and how you can use simple strumming in between those sort of bass notes. And it really gives a fun thing to learn, super beginner friendly too, okay? So now that we know the chords and everything, the main idea here is don't worry about timing yet, right? Just look at these golden notes, these highlighted notes. What these represent is the melody notes. This is what you literally hear him humming in the first part of the recorded version, right? Now, one important piece of advice to keep in mind here is see the chords written below the tabs. That's where you want to keep your left hand positioned if you can. It's going to make playing these notes a lot easier because all these melody notes, these highlighted notes, these are mostly coming from the chords that our left hand is positioned in, right? If you put your hand in that position, it's going to be easier to play all these notes, right? Let's look at this one. So the first one, 3rd fret of the 5th string. Now, if you put your hand in the C major position, like it's written below the tab here, that's just going to be the bass note of the C chord, okay? That's going to be your first note. And the next little phrase here is walking up. Right? That's just the 1, 2, 3, 4. If we're looking at the C major scale, those are the first 4 notes of the C major scale, right? But we're going to go from that C to the open 4th string, middle finger on the 4th string 2nd fret, and then ring finger on the 4th string 3rd fret. okay? Now this note, this is an F, and this is going to be the bass note of the chord that's going to be happening here. So we're not going to worry about chords though, so we'll just start off by going, then you walk it right back down. Now the next phrase here at the end of this first line, you're going to walk it up to that third step if we're looking at C major, the C major scale like a staircase, right? 1, 2, 3, and we're going to sort of stall out in that second step, repeat it, and then go to open fourth string, right? That's our D note. That's the second degree of the C major scale. So the first line, if we just play those melody notes, okay? In the second line, it's almost the exact same. It starts the same. If we are wise, we know that there's, and here's where it gets different, right? We're going to go up, but we're going to go down to this fifth string, second fret note, right? That's going to be the fourth note of that phrase. So we're basically going from a second fret note to a second fret note, just on the fourth string and then the fifth string, and then we end with this C note, right? Fifth string, third fret. And what's happening here from a music theory C major scale point of view is this is the seventh degree of the C major scale, right? It's always a half step down from the root, the tonic. So this is our C, and from any sort of root note in a major scale, if you go down a half step, that's the seventh degree, because again, the major scale sort of repeats in both directions. You can go up the scale and you can go down the scale. So that first melody, if we just did the highlighted notes, right? Sometimes in our lives, we all have pain, we all have sorrow, but if we are wise, we know that there's always tomorrow. Okay? Now, let's talk about some filler strums really quick. This is a great way to sort of level this up a little bit. We're going to take exactly what we just learned, but in those gaps, we're going to sort of play the non-highlighted chords that I have written, right? You can just do a light strum. At the most simple, you can just do a light strum of the chord, right? So here's what that might sound like. Okay, I was a little bit loose with the timing, and you also might have noticed that I wasn't doing hard strums, and I wasn't strumming all the strings of each chord, right? I was sort of favoring the middle 3 or 4 strings of the guitar. Just keep it light and brushy. If you get too high with the strumming, it can kind of interfere with that bass line melody we have going on, right? So that's what you want to do to sort of bring in the basic filler strums. Now, if you start to feel the 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, if you start to feel that pulse in your hand, you can sort of add some additional filler strums. Just let the pulsing rhythm of your hand be your guide, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so you could take what you just played right there, you could maybe use that in the intro or in the first verse, but once you get to the chorus, you could then go back to that intermediate strum I showed you, right? The down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, right? For example, I'll play the last line of the verse, then I'll go into the chorus and I'll do some strumming, right? So, but if we are wise, we know that there's always tomorrow. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend, and I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. Okay, now really quick in this video, I want to show you the bridge here, okay? The bridge is going to be basically, at the most simple, just do a single strum of C. So just call on me, brother, if you need a hand. We all need somebody to lean on. And this might. Now in the version in the album, he has a bass riff going on. Right? I'm going to show you this in the extended video that's on my website, right? I'll get a little bit trickier with rhythm and the tabs and everything, but at the most simple, that bridge section, there's no guitar, it's just percussion and bass. So you could just do a C and sort of silence the strings. And then you can sort of do maybe a bit of a muted strum, just lightly touch all the strings, right? Just call on me, brother, if you need a hand. We all need somebody to lean on. I just might have a problem. So that's the easiest way to do that bridge section. If you look at my song sheet, I have the C in parentheses. That just means it's the implied melody. He's just staying on C. He's not really following any different chords during that section. And a really quick note about the ending to this song, he's just saying, call me if you need a friend, call me. I like to play this third, second, third. Okay, on the fourth, third, and second string. And then I go down to a C. Right, so call me if you need a friend. Call me, just call me. So that's a quick note to end the song in a way that I think sounds pretty cool. So that is Lean On Me in a nutshell, right? Now, if you want to learn the chorus melody, right? Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. So in a separate video on my website, I'm going to look at that. It's a bit more advanced. I'm going to talk about how you can combine strumming with it. There's a bit more of a nuance required to make sure those melody notes ring out while you get to the strumming. And I'll also show you some more advanced rhythm stuff with the strumming throughout the song and talk about pushed chord changes, a bit more advanced stuff, right? But that's all on my website, playsongnotes.com. Just go to the lesson page for Lean On Me, and you'll find those separate videos there. And I'll also include a full playthrough beginning to end of each section with the tabs on the screen if you want to hear when it's all put together, right? But that's what you're going to need for Lean On Me. If you want to follow along with this outside of this video, you might want to check out the song sheet I have. It's 3 pages. Let me show you this in real life here, even though it's on the screen. So this is page 1. It's going to give you the lyrics for the entire song sort of neatly formatted, all on 1 page. This is not copy and pasted by me. This is meticulously laid out on the page so it's readable, but it gives you all the information you need. It also has that intro and verse tab there. And then on pages 2 and 3, I have the tabs, the verse melody, the chorus melody, all kinds of strumming stuff, advanced strumming stuff, and the tabs for the bridge there as well. So that's available for purchase, and if you're a member on my Song Notes community, you get a 50% discount code you can use when buying this or any of my other song sheets, right? So it's my pleasure to make these for you as I build out my songbook of the classic songs that we are lucky enough to have on this earth. So that's going to be it for Lean On Me, y'all. Thanks for watching, and check out the extended videos over on my website. The link is in the description. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.